backlash of people that are going to revolt against the U.S. federal government if they continue to make us bankrupt?
The contract has 3 parts.
We have a caller. I'm sorry. Go ahead, caller.
Fuck you, you fucking white boy.
Okay, cut that person off.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah.
Are they watching this show?
I guess. I don't know.
Maybe they got the wrong number.
Yeah.
And it made me lose my place.
Okay.
Well, I said we had 4 basic rights.
Well, let's do the roll-in. Let's take this roll-in here.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad to meet you. I guess this computer dating service worked out after all.
Yeah, I guess it did. Let's have something to eat, okay?
Sure. Let's go ahead and call the waiter over. Waiter, could you help us, please? Yes, may I take your order? Yes, actually, it's the check. Oh, we did order, and I only have a bad checkbook.
What? You have a bad checkbook? You don't even have any money? What is this?
I can explain everything. Look,
I'll never go out with you again, ever!
Well, look, let's not make a scene in the restaurant, sweetheart.
You can go to hell! Piss on you!
Hey, that's my girlfriend. It's time to bail, dude. Later. Well, it looks like I'm not going to get a tip, yes? Yeah, who the hell was that guy, anyway? I do not know, but he won't be having a second date, I guess.
What color shirt was the suspect wearing? How tall was he? What color was his hair? Did he have a weapon? Easy questions for an eyewitness to answer, right? Not necessarily. Most crimes happen very quickly, and often the simplest of details become blurred. Learn how you can watch out for crime. Tuesday night on News 3 at 6.
Yeah, all right. Well, I guess that lightened things up a little bit, considering that we're heading towards a catastrophe and apocalypse if we don't balance our budget, and if we don't pull out of being a world policing agency with the United Nations, which costs us billions of dollars to inflict this new world order upon countries by military invasions, just like Adolf Hitler or Stalin. What do you have to say about that, John? Can you elaborate on it?
Billions of dollars doesn't mean anything to Joe Sixpack, because this is the month of the time of the year when he's doing his income tax, and if he gets back $167, he thinks he's done well.
You know, what's really funny is that it is true that we live from paycheck to paycheck, that we really don't have anything to look forward to in the future except, I mean, many people I know, including myself, we work and we barely pay our bills. And there's a reason for that. The inflation that is created on the dollar through government spending, through the loans of the Federal Reserve notes of the Treasury. This is something you're going to have to find out and learn for yourself, which you will hopefully if you get involved with your government and your economy, that we don't have a future anymore. And unless something is drastically done now, that just like Phil Graham said, who's running for president, I don't know if I can do his voice, but if we don't do something now, then America will not exist anymore as a country. And you know, when I hear someone talk that's a candidate for the president, the office of President of the United States, talk about how America is in such bad shape that we're going to suffer a crash and a collapse, that you know that there's legitimacy to this, that I say to you folks that are listening out there, that I believe that the reasons why that our country is suffering is because the apostles that had translated the Bible through their visions from God had foresaw a time of a great apocalypse, which is known as the tribulation. And for those of us that are going to survive this, we should get our faith ready and accept Yeshua Jesus as our Savior. But that's just my own opinion. What's your opinion, caller? You got a caller?
Yeah, I'm thinking that with the smoking cigarettes, you know, I quit smoking about, a few months ago.
Okay.
But with all these things that are going on about, people smoking, that taking away the rights of the smokers, I think the people don't understand that that's just one right that even if you don't smoke, you're letting go, that's all the way down the road to more rights being taken off you.
Well, let me throw in something here, and then, John, I'd like you to elaborate on this. Not just with the federal government or the state government imposing that you don't have a right in a privately owned restaurant to smoke or not smoke. It's just like what Mayor Reardon is going to do today. He's going to sign a city ordinance which makes it illegal for you to park your car in your front yard, and if you do, you can be fined for it. That's an infringement upon the right of private ownership, and that law is just illegal.
There is no private ownership.
No, we don't have private ownership. You're right. Well, anyone have a question in the audience? Listen, raise your hand. Who wants to come up and ask a question? Anybody? Let's have somebody come up.
I'd like to elaborate on some of the
Come on
things
up.
that you've...
There's a quick question and a quick statement. Come on up. Say your name on camera.
Yeah, well, one of the things that the people... My name is Rotten Ron.
Rotten Ron, let's hear it.
There's several things that are holding this apple crate together, and the number one thing that's holding it together is people vote. And that's why ever so often they got to hype up the people to vote by like a Prop 187 so that they can later go out and defeat that any way that they can. But they get people to go down to register to vote. And to register to vote, you have to be a citizen of the United States. That's the worst thing in the world that you should never want to be. So that's one particular phase. Over 20 years ago, when I was in the family scene with the home and all of that, and I began to realize there was no private ownership in this country, I bailed out of all of that lifestyle. And that's where I make the statement today that 100% of everything that I've done in my life, up until including today, to this very minute, belongs to the state. You may not realize it. You may want to go out and work your slave ass off to support these bastards, but not me. I don't give them nothing. I haven't paid a tax since 1973.
Especially if they're going to waste it on other countries other than the United States.
Are you a Southern
Wait a minute. Let me tell you something. You people should understand this, that when I was sentenced to prison, and I told the judge in that case when they were trying for their fines and back taxes and court costs and jail time and parole and good crap, you can't think of all the things these people have. I told the judge when they wanted all this money, I said, well, if I'd robbed the bank, you wouldn't ask me to go out and rob a bank, would you? And he said, well, that's against the law. And I said, well, you people have just convicted me of working for a living. And there's been no other evidence introduced into this case. And he told the prosecutor, there'll be no money in this case. Because, and I told them this, do you think I'm going to support a country that will put me in jail for working for a living? You'll see my bloody ass in hell first.
All right. All right. Last point, quickly.
God will condemn you. I told the IRS if I give you one damn bloody nickel, you'll use it to destroy me or my kids. And you ain't getting it, man. That's something.
Yeah!
We got a second. Let's go ahead and make it light a little bit. Let's take that second rolling, can we?